Hi. For class today, we're going to be looking at the right to education and school finance litigation. So you have a few readings that you'll be wanting to get under your belt heading into day two. It's one of the things I wanted to talk about, and that's when you see under a particular day that there are readings listed, the expectation is that you'll have those readings done when you enter that day, not that those are like homework assignments that you would carry out and do during that day. So you just want to think about that. Particularly important when we have discussion posts and more interactive sessions like Illuminate sessions. You're going to want to have those readings under your belt going into those experiences. So you have a chapter in the textbook. I'm sending you to the OIA site to look at a summary of the San Antonio Rodriguez case, and I'm just asking you to read the summary today, although when you look at the OIA site, be good to just sort of poke around a little bit because we'll use it quite a bit during the semester. And you'll notice on the left-hand sidebar, particularly near the top, they have audio files available. And I often will pull out snippets of oral arguments for you to listen to supplement the reading that you're doing. Now, I'm not doing that for this particular case, but when I do, I'll give very specific directions on the website about what the minute markers are that I'm looking for you to focus on. And that I'm asking you to listen to audio as well as read the summary. And then there's an article that traces the history of school finance litigation, particularly more recent history, and shows some of the evolution of the way the courts have addressed school finance cases, the difference between how we think about equity and adequacy and the role that's played, and how school finance cases have been litigated. So this will give you a very nice background. One of the things that I want to emphasize about this course is that it's designed for administrators particularly, but educators at any level who are at the point of interpretation in a building. What I mean by that is that when things are happening with students or teachers and there are legal issues that need to be understood or addressed, or that are influencing what your decisions might be, you're the one in that moment who's at the point of interpreting what to do and what role the law plays in how you should proceed. And so that's the primary focus of this class. Now the first week of readings really are broader. They look at more policy type issues, particularly when we talk about the right to education. We're talking about Brown v. Board a little bit later this week. But I do think that it's important to understand these broader policy concepts in practice. The right to education and what that means comes up in discipline issues. It comes up in student placement issues. It comes up in how you develop your curriculum. Just about every facet of schooling, and it somehow touches upon, well, what is it that students have a right to when they walk into that building? What are the pressures, both legal and other type pressures, that administrators and teachers feel to provide a certain type of experience for children? So I want you to think about, when you're doing your reading, I want you to think about those questions. And in our discussion posts later in the week, I'm going to ask you to tease those out and hopefully make them a little bit more clear in your own mind what the appropriate expectations are for the student experience and how the law might influence that. So I'm looking forward to getting your feedback. I'm reading some of your introductions already, and get some more of these readings under your belt. I have some audio files for you coming up in the future. And then we'll discuss all these issues in more detail on the discussion board later in the week. And as always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me.